Quick tip number 3 for increasing your income immediately. Jeff Cowan here. Thanks for watching and listening. Moving on with my list of ways for increasing your income immediately, let's move to tip number 3. Make 3 telephone calls a day to a past customer that declined work with you to see if they have changed their minds. It astonishes me how many service advisors or service departments never follow up on a customer that declined service and repairs on a prior visit. Conservatively speaking, 20% of these calls will generate a sell. Now, to do this right, your contact must be within 3 days of the visit, by telephone, and followed up with a short email. Here's the declined services callback script. Hello, Mr. Smith. I'm calling this evening to follow up on the service you had done at our service department last week. Did I call at a good time? Well, great. When you were in, did you feel like everything went well? Now, if they tell you no, find out why they feel that way and get the situation corrected before inviting them back in for declined work. However, if they answer yes, everything was satisfactory, proceed with this. Great. I'm glad that things went as you expected. That is what our goals always are. But while I was going through my paperwork, I noticed that there were a few things that we recommended that you have done to your vehicle that you declined because you wanted to think about it. Now that you've had the time to think about it, I'd like to go ahead and get you on our schedule to get that work done. Would you like to bring your vehicle by later this week, or would next week be better? Now, if they say they're not interested at this time, ask if it would be okay to call back in a few days to check again. If they say no, then simply thank them for their business and let them know that you will look forward to seeing them at their next scheduled service, or you can try and resell the job if you prefer. This is up to you and will be determined by what you feel is best for the customer and their demeanor at the time. But if the customer answers to the affirmative that they are interested in getting that declined work done, then continue on with your alternate choice questions until you pinpoint an exact time and date for the revisit. After the telephone call, you should follow up with an email that simply states you are happy to talk with them and that you will either see them at their next scheduled visit or in the next few days that you may do whatever it was that they declined over the previous visit. So let's do some math. If you make just 3 of these extra calls a week for a total of 15, and you actually talk to half of those customers for a total of 7.5 contacts, a 20% closing ratio will generate an extra 1.5 sales a week for a total of 6 a month. If you multiply that times 12 months, that would mean that you will generate an extra 72 sales a year. And like we discussed yesterday, if your average commission is $20 a sell, that will generate a 12-month total of $1,440 of extra annual income. What if you had a 30, 40, 50, or 60% closing ratio like I've seen other service advisors do when approaching their customers in regard to declined work? 3 telephone calls a day will only require 5 to 15 minutes of your time and will impact your income immediately. Jeff Cowan here. Thanks for watching and listening. Right, wrong, or indifferent, that's the way I see selling from my perspective.